This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
Tonight we have two stories on this talented team. We'll tell you what they did for the community, plus a special recognition they received yesterday. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Lisa Sugart in for Ken Cara. This is SSPTV News in high definition on Service Electric Cablevision Channel 513 and in standard definition on Channel 13. Subscribe to our SSPTV YouTube channel so you never miss a story. Now your headlines from SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. The Hazleton Area High School Cougar Boys Basketball Varsity Team received special recognition yesterday. Team members were honored on the floor of the State House of Representatives in Harrisburg. State Representative Tara Toohill introduced the boys varsity basketball team before members of the state legislature. The team made it to the state Final Four. Congratulations to the Cougars on this very special recognition. Well, people of all ages did turn out en masse to support that very talented team on their quest for a state championship. While they did fall short on the court, they were certainly victorious in uniting this community. District Superintendent Brian Uplinger talked about the team's influence during a recent stop at our studios.
There's not enough words to just accentuate how much gratitude I feel for the following that our players had. So we're hoping that that'll continue, that run will help us perpetuate and move the district even further forward.
That was so nice. I mean, I admit I went to games away as well. I don't have any children in the district anymore, but it was something like it really gave you a sense of pride, a sense of community. So whether you had a child in the school or a relative in the school or not, they were representing this entire area.
Yes, most definitely. Brought everybody together, and it was a great run by those boys, and they can certainly hold their head up high. And in my opinion, we won that game. No matter what happened, the outcome, they were true champions that day. They represented the community very, very well. They were tremendous sportsmen. They showed so much pride.
District Superintendent Brian Uplinger. Well, speaking of the district, how to balance the district's budget. That's the task before the Hazleton Area School Board tonight. The board will meet for a public work session in an effort to cut spending and balance the 2018-19 spending plan. Last month, the board looked at hiring 12 more teachers. That brought the deficit to $3.7 million. Tonight's meeting is at 6 o'clock in the conference room on the second floor of the District Administration Building. Pennsylvania requires a balanced budget by June 30th. Hazleton Mayor Jeff Cassatt was in our studios today. He's the featured guest on an all-new Sam Lassant show. The mayor talks with Sam about the future of the Hazleton area as well as the status of the city of Hazleton.
I think we've been making some great strides moving forward. Obviously the crime is down over 40% in the last 2 years. We entered into Act 47, and hopefully that gets voted on tomorrow night, which will give us a plan for the next 5 years. So if we follow it, we should come out of it financially stable. The city, in the last 2 years, we have basically turned over our entire fleet of vehicles for the police department, the fire department. I got some new trucks. I'm looking to finance some additional plow trucks this year. So we're really turning a lot of this stuff in and over that nobody will ever see, but we're definitely putting ourselves in a much better position to succeed in the future.
This new Sam Lassant show premieres tonight at 9 p.m. or watch anytime via our Samsung Productions app or at ssptv.com. A well-known business leader from our area has died. Edward Dietz of Mountaintop passed away Thursday. He began as a truck driver and served in the United States Army. His name then became synonymous with several well-known businesses, including Autobus, Dietz-Reinheimer School Bus Lines, and the former Stagecoach Inn in Drums. In 1983, President Ronald Reagan appointed him to a commission aimed at deregulating the trucking industry. Our sincere condolences to his family and many friends. Edward Dietz was 89 years old. A bus from our area traveled to New York City this past Saturday. The group was among close to 700 people from several states who took part in a public rosary rally of reparation in front of the Metropolitan Museum of Art. Many Catholics are protesting what they say is a sacrilegious exhibit featuring items such as a rosary-covered bondage mask. The exhibit, called Heavenly Bodies, Fashion and the Catholic Imagination, runs through October 10th. One lucky person will win $1,000 for creating a new logo for transportation in Pennsylvania. I'm pleased to welcome back to our studios today Mike Toludo, who is a safety press officer with PennDOT. You're always here providing great information for our viewers. This time, you want some information from the viewers, so that's pretty unique. It's called the Equitable Transportation Council, a newly formed, I guess, in the last year, council. So, Mike, you have the details on what this means and how our viewers can help.
Well, the council is about a year old. It was a partnership between the Scranton Area Foundation and the Philadelphia Reserve Bank. We formed a council of about 80 members right now of shakers and movers in northeastern Pennsylvania, transportation related. And what we came up with, we want to rebrand what transportation means in northeastern Pennsylvania. So we're starting a logo contest and a branding. So we're looking for the public input to come out there with a logo and an idea how we could transform a positive attitude towards transportation in northeastern Pennsylvania.
And if somebody watching right now wants to be part of this committee, they can, like it's open to the public.
It's open to the public. It's going to start June 1st and run to June 30th. So the deadline for the logo and the branding slogan is going to be June 30th. You could call me at 570-963-3502 at the PennDOT office, and we can get you all the details. We'll have a website up running in a couple days to where you can get the information online.
So you're trying to help out people who maybe, don't regularly drive, or you're also, trying to, I guess, save the environment as well, because you're promoting, public transportation as well. There's Dump the Pump Day coming up.
Yes, on June 21st, we're going to have Dump the Pump, and we'd like everybody to take the bus or public transportation to and from work. So I don't know if it's easier in northeastern Pennsylvania, but that's what our goal is, to make transportation user-friendly.
Well, we have the buses right up the street from us, so that's very easy that we can get dropped off and come right to work. But do you see that more people are using public transportation, or are you just trying to increase that number?
Well, a lot of the companies that are coming here, that are opening, you see in Luzerne County and Lackawanna County, Hazleton area, they meet with the transportation authorities to find out what the bus schedule is. So they want to make sure that their employees can get to and from work on a public transportation.
Well, that's a great idea. And if you are interested in becoming part of this council, providing some input to PennDOT, get in touch with Mike. He has all the information and the details on it. And you'll let us know then how things go with the logo contest and the new branding.
Well, August 1st, we set August 1st for the deadline, and we're going to reveal it on August 1st.
All right. He will be back with all the details. Mike, thanks so much. We'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you.
Well, still ahead, Ken Jackson takes us outdoor exploring, and Ken Cara is back at his happy place, Frankie's Pizzeria. You're watching SSPTV News, your place for 24 hours of your hometown news and information.
This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
The hike and bike on Saturday along the Hazleton Rail Trail brought out people from all walks of life. Children played on the playground equipment and took nature hikes. Adults walked their dogs, looked at exotic plants, and got some exercise, whether on their bicycles, whether running, or just walking. The star of the event every year, though, is the trail. For 15 years now, the Hazleton Civic Partnership has been offering the event to showcase the work that they've done on the trail. Currently, it starts from the parking lot on East Broad Street and runs all the way to Hazelbrook. That's a 6-mile trip one way, so you can do 12 miles out and back. And along the way, you'll see the Direct Creek Reservoir and its gleaming waters. You'll pass Mountain Laurel, the state flower, For the rail trail, it brings people out of their shell. There were hot dogs, there were hamburgers, there was barbecue, and just a chance to meet people who enjoy getting outside. Many groups talked about ways that they're improving nature and offers to enjoy recreation in the outdoors in our area. Girl Scouts from the West Hazleton troop made a terrarium in which they showed us things that they like to see on the trail: leaves, birds' nests, flowers, but also things that they'd rather not find, like bottle caps and soda can tabs. When you're there on the trail, it's a nice idea to pick up after yourselves. Though the hike and bike was a big event for the trail on Saturday, the good news is it's open every day of the year. Winter and summer, you can find something to do and something to explore along Hazleton's rail trail.
Time now for weather on SSPTV News.
Here's your updated forecast from the National Weather Service. Look at that perfect sky out there today. Will it stick around? Let's find out, starting with tonight. Expect some scattered showers, mainly after midnight. Increasing clouds, our low 58 degrees. Tomorrow, there will be showers likely for the day, with thunderstorms also possible. Cloudy skies with temperatures around 74 degrees. On Wednesday night, more scattered showers and thunderstorms. Low temperature getting down to 57. On Thursday, the sun returns with a high of 75. Clear Thursday night with a low of 54 degrees. And to end out our work week, Friday mostly sunny with a high near 73. Partly cloudy overnight with a low of 54 degrees. And for the weekend, it looks like Saturday will also be sunny, finally, with a high near 78 degrees. Saturday night mostly clear with a low of 59 degrees.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Valley High Food Drive-In, the area's oldest ice cream and fast food restaurant. Stop by for our ice cream and yogurt, now featuring fat-free, no sugar-added soft frozen yogurt with flavors like vanilla, strawberry, and strawberries and cream. We also have burgers, hot dogs, fries, and much more.
For daily hours, call 570-455-5362.
That's Valley High, Route 93 in West Hazleton, and like us on Facebook.
You may think I'm the star of these segments here at Frankie's Pizzeria and Restaurant. You'd be very wrong. You may think Lauren Sacco, one of the owners, is the star, and you'd be wrong, not as wrong if you thought me, but the star is really the dough, Lauren. And everything we do, I'm noticing a theme that whenever we taste the dough, it's all about the dough here. It comes from your grandfather, and it comes from a process, can I say it was painstakingly perfected by other generations?
Yes, that's a good way to put it. When we were young, or I should say younger, this is 22 years that we're here, and I'm 32, so this is going back quite some time. When we were young, and my grandfather would say, okay, keep rolling, and we'd be like, oh, come on, it's already like in a ball, you know, like what the heck? And you'd want to put it down and be like, oh, we should have dough off the table in 15 minutes. And he'd take his time, and each one was cut perfectly and done perfectly, and like there was a method to the madness. Now you fast forward a few years, or rewind, I don't even know which way that would be. Bring it forward now to present day, and my grandfather's no longer with us. And now we're training people, and I'm like, oh my God, you could hear him like right here, like roll up more, ice in the bowl, this, that, like whatever. And I'm just like, he's here and he's present and he's in every single thing that comes and goes from this restaurant every day. And it's very hard to find someone that's on the same page as you to make sure that we want it consistent and we want to remain number one. I want that every time you bite into the spinach pizza that you've tasted in the past, or the tavern pizza that you've done in one segment, every time you bite in and you taste that dough, that you're like, oh, that's it. That's the taste, and you can't tell who's making it. Me, my father, my husband, a hired staff member. It's consistent across the board.
And what was your grandfather's name? Frank?
He was Frank as well.
What a gift to give to the Hazleton area. Thank you very much.
He was a very hidden gem back there that many people didn't know was even going on back there.
And delicious. And I guess consistency and stuff is hard, and that's hard because there are a lot of good pizza places in the Hazleton area. So you want people when they come here to be like, this is the best, and this is why. Well, today we're talking about stromboli, another use for that dough, and you have so many varieties that you wanted to talk about. In the past, we tried the cheesesteak variety, I believe. Before you guys did the remodeling, we did a segment on that.
You can get a stromboli buffalo chicken cheesesteak. We wrap up spinach, tomato, ricotta strombolis. We do pierogi strombolis. You can do cheesesteak, cold cut, pepper and egg, which is a big one for Lent. When you're sick and tired of tuna fish and grilled cheese, you can switch it up for a pepper and egg. Anything you think, we will put inside a stromboli. And just because you get cheesesteak, you could add onions, peppers, mushrooms, sauce. I mean, you name it, we could do it.
What variety, what's your favorite? I mean, you said you like the cheesesteak stromboli.
The cheesesteak. I'm a favorite and a fan favorite of, in mine, when I eat it, I add cheddar cheese and I add roasted red peppers to mine.
So that would be your recommendation.
That'd be my recommendation.
See if they like it, but no matter what you want, they could,
We can
order
pull it off for you.
Excellent. With sizes, I mean, we got 2 sizes,
We have a
1
personal size, so again, you can come in here by yourself, one-on-one for lunch, and you can get a personal, and your spouse can get a personal, or you can get a small. We'll do half and half. You can cut it down the middle, or a large, which is literally like the size of a upside-down shoehorn.
I actually went home the day after, not went home, I went back to the TV station the day we did the cheesesteak stromboli thing. I don't eat a ton of meat. I mean, every now and then, I housed half of that stromboli just standing in our little kitchen area, and I was just like, this is the best thing ever. So we should have had video of that.
Yes, it's
that
good.
Really is how good it is. There's a lot of varieties. You can make your own varieties. Hey, post your favorites on our Facebook page when we post these videos. Maybe give our viewers some other suggestions for great things to try here at Frankie's Pizzeria and Restaurant. But remember, the dough is a star.
I wonder how many people are ordering that for dinner tonight, because it sure made me hungry. Let's find out if we have the winning Pennsylvania midday winning lottery numbers. The pick 254, the pick 3 026, the pick 4 8694, and the pick 5 48301. Our wild number is 8. When we come back, we'll have more on the Hazleton Area High School boys Cougar basketball team.
Time now for sports on SSPTV News.
Members of the North Schuylkill softball team found themselves just 1 game away from playing for a state championship, but unfortunately their run came to an end last night. Undefeated Holy Redeemer from Wilkes-Barre in District 2 knocked off the Lady Spartans 2-0 to advance to the state final. North Schuylkill had some runners in scoring position, but they could not get a run across, and their season ends with a 25-3 record. The 25 wins was a program record for North Schuylkill. Congratulations to the team on a great season. Well, May was Mental Health Awareness Month, and the Hazleton Area School District held several events to raise awareness and show support for students going through a tough time. One of the events was the Cougars Dunk Depression charity basketball game. Students wore green, the color for mental health awareness, and all the money raised went to the group Help Stop the Silence to prevent suicide in our area. Ken Caro was at the game to put the boys basketball team against the male faculty and the girls basketball team against the female faculty. Here's his story.
There were 2 common refrains from the students at the first ever Cougars Dunk Depression charity basketball game. The first was about getting the message out that it's okay to not be okay and that there's help available if you're battling depression.
How important do you think tonight was to raise awareness and to let people know, if you need help, go get it?
It's a problem in our society today, so I think the awareness really helps. It's everything we can do to prevent it.
Is it a good way to do something fun like this, maybe, to make it a little more lighthearted so it's not serious?
Yes, of course. It's a fun time for everyone.
The cheerleaders found out about the event on Twitter and decided to get involved.
We wanted to do this because this is an issue that kind of affects a lot of people in our generation, and we wanted to get rid of the stigma and just get the word out about it.
Along with talk of the cause, there was also a lot of support for one member of the guys' faculty team.
What faculty member do you want to see out on the court the most tonight, and why?
Obviously Carlos, because he gets really involved with the students and he acts like he's one of us half the time. He's just really friendly.
Carlos Rivas is an assistant coach for the Hazleton Area boys basketball team that made a run to the state Final Four this year. 2 All-State players went against Rivas in this game, Jeff Planutis and Josh Samick. They also took part in a post-game interview with him.
Did you know some of the tendencies that maybe Jeff have or Josh have? And was there any way to exploit anything?
Jeff Planutis can't shoot and Josh Samick can't play defense, so
I went 6 for 8 from the three-point line.
Again, nobody was guarding him.
I had the school record.
Nobody was guarding him. Josh is also 6'8", that's why he got the school record.
Rivas is also the bilingual liaison in the Hazleton Area School District and interacts with a lot of students on a daily basis. We asked him what this game and the message of the game means to him as students and faculty try to prevent suicide.
Oh, this is really important. These kids got to understand that they're not alone. They have to, they could talk to any adult, any friends, and we have a lot of support in our school that we can help out every single day.
We'll talk more about the action on the court in an upcoming episode of Out of Left Field on SSPTV. The students won, by the way, 74-70, but for right now, all you need to know is that the first ever Cougars Dunk Depression event was a success. The game helped support the mission of the local group, Help Stop the Silence.
I think they're hearing us. I definitely think they're hearing us. I'm grateful for the fact that I, like Carlos, also work here at this school. I'm around here with these kids every single day, and I have the opportunity to try and make that impact, share my words in hopes that one of them hears me. And like you said, when you hear them, repeated or, you just have a sense of understanding that they're hearing what we're saying to them. And when this all first started, it was so difficult, to be able to say the word depression, to say the word suicide. It almost felt like you weren't allowed to. It was so uncomfortable. Now it's becoming part of everyday language.
Events like this don't happen every day, but the support for those in need is always there. For more information, you can go to helpstopthesilence.org, or if you need immediate assistance, you can call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-8255. For SSPTV Sports, I'm Ken Cara.
Great story, Kenny. Again, Kenny will have more on the game on the Season 5 premiere of SSPTV's Out of Left Field. Time now for the social
Good
report.
evening, everyone. Here's today's Talk of the Town. Alexis P. Shutter will be performing this Friday at the Mock-Chunk Opera House in Jim Thorpe. Tickets are $23 in advance and $25 at the door. Doors will open at 7 p.m. this Friday, but the showtime starts at 8 p.m. And that's today's Talk of the Town. SSPTV News would like to send our sincere condolences to the family and friends of these who recently departed. Henry T. Anderson of Hazel Township, the Frank J. Bodden Funeral Home in Hazelton, will announce their arrangements. Marion M. Bacher of Weatherly, funeral is Wednesday at 11 a.m. at the Harmon Funeral Home in Drums. Friends may call Wednesday from 10 to 11 a.m. at the funeral home. Anthony Cavello of Hazelton, Mass is Wednesday at 10 a.m. at Queen of Heaven Parish at Our Lady of Grace Church in Hazelton. Friends may call Wednesday from 9 to 10 a.m. at the church. The Fierro Funeral Home in Hazelton is in charge of arrangements. John Jack James Jr. of Freeland. There will be no viewing or service. The Hazel Chapel of the Crofton Hughes Funeral Home assisted the family. Anna C. Lex of Ringtown. Funeral is Thursday at 10:30 a.m. at St. John's Lutheran Church in Ringtown. Friends may call Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m. and Thursday from 9 to 10:30 a.m. at the church. The Richard W. Fritz Funeral Home in Ashland is in charge of arrangements. Martha E. Raynock of Weatherly. Mass is Friday at 10 a.m. at Our Lady of Lourdes Roman Catholic Church in Weatherly. Friends may call Thursday from 6 to 7:30 p.m. at the Philip J. Jeffries Funeral Home in Weatherly. Joseph A. Schott, Sr. of Dunmore. A memorial service will be held Saturday at 1 p.m. at the Hillary J. Bonin Funeral Home in West Hazelton. Friends may call Saturday from 1 to 3 p.m. at the funeral home. And James G. Tranguch of Lima. Donations can be made to Friends of Fair Acres in Lima.
Have you nominated someone for our Volunteer of the Week segment yet? We are looking for names for volunteers, nominees that we would pick for our Volunteer of the Week. If you know someone doing a lot in the community, please email their name and information to us here at lisa@ssptv.com. Maybe you or your friend will end up as our Volunteer of the Week. So much more happening this week here at SSPTV News. Please stick around and join us every night. Until then, everybody, have a great evening.
Watch us online anytime at ssptv.com and follow us on Facebook and Twitter.